them vocals? You see them vocals? I'm gonna be someone's backup vocalist real soon, okay? Christina, I'm coming for your head. Christina, I'm coming for your head. You ain't got nothing on me, sis. Am I loyal, brave, and true? Ah! Yeah, it's good. It's inside. I'm working on it. I'm still working on it. What is up, you guys? It's your boy Gabriel, and I'm coming at you with another video. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit that subscription button and that notification bell so that way you'll always know when I upload. On today's video, we are going to be reviewing Mulan. Getting here. I have a lot to say about this movie, and it's not really good. So early last night, I had a not so good day, okay? Quarantine is still among us, okay? The pandemic is still amongst us. Corona is still out in the streets. Just, you know, I wasn't really doing well in school. You know, I didn't really start off the semester with a bang. And then on top of that, like, my personal life wasn't really where it needed to be. So I had a lot going on, okay? A lot of demons that I had to fight last night. And so I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to end this horrible day with a good movie. A good movie that's going to make me feel good. A good movie that is going to make me feel good about myself, and just, it's going to be positive. It's going to put me in this positive mindset, right? So I decided to buy Mulan for 30 bucks. As you guys may know, a lot of movies right now are actually going to streaming, or they're being delayed because of the pandemic. And Mulan happened to be available on Disney Plus for premiere access for 30 bucks. $29.99 to be specific, but overall it's 30 bucks. I promised myself that this movie was going to be good. I came into this movie with the best of expectations because I love Disney. I'm a huge Disney fan. Call me a stan if you want, okay? I love everything about Disney, okay? And my friends, see, here's the thing, okay? My Facebook friends dragged me for buying this movie. They dragged me through the mud, okay? Like Joanne of Arc style. They burned me at the stake because they're like,
Gabriel, why are you spending 30 bucks on a movie, okay? You can wait 3 months and watch it for free.
I don't understand why they think that's possible, okay? First of all, I haven't watched a movie. I haven't actually been to a movie theater in months, okay? I haven't been to a movie theater in months. Okay, I'm still in pandemic quarantine mode. I'm still stuck in the house, okay? There ain't nothing really going on in these streaming services, okay? I'm bored. And then on top of that, I'm sick and I'm depressed. I'm like sad. Of course I'm gonna buy this movie. Of course I'm gonna buy this movie. I'm bored. Like, I'm stuck in my house. Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? They dragged me, and it's the way they won. It's the way they won, though. Like, the haters won. So the haters won because I did not like this movie at all. Like, we told you so. I'm just like, shut up. I was bored, okay? I'm bored, all right? I did not like this movie, and let me explain why. So within the last, I think, year or so, Disney has been on this. They've been on this ride, okay, of remaking every, like, animated classic that we've watched, okay? And I think they put out like 3 or maybe 4 live action remakes last year, and I hated them all. But I couldn't quite put my black finger on it. Like, I couldn't actually put my black finger as to why I hated these movies, like why I didn't like these movies. And it came full circle with Mulan. It finally dawned on me as to why I don't like any of these Disney live action remakes. Disney has been on this mission to remake everything, okay? And strip away everything that we love about these animated movies and put something that's totally PC and totally corny and inject a lot of this candy-coated corniness into the things that we love, okay? And that's probably why I didn't like this movie. This movie has no stakes. The movie has no emotional intensity. No emotions were earned in this film at all. That's kind of how, like, I feel with just these live action remakes, in general. Like, these movies, they take advantage of our nostalgia. They take advantage of our childhood. We're gonna capitalize off of our nostalgia. We're gonna capitalize off of these kids' nostalgia, and we're gonna give them something that's, like, really good, that looks beautiful, that looks very candy coated, But like overall, it's not going to be really great because none of the emotional moments in this film are earned. Okay, it kind of like it was kind of like Disney like had a checkbox, right? They had a checkbox, and it was like they were going through the motions with this film. Like everything was just like, okay, she transforms to a boy, check. Okay, so she transforms into a boy, check. All right, we're gonna do that. All right. Also, she's gotta mess up her matchmaker. You know, she's gotta check. You know what I mean? She's gotta fight the witch, check. You know, they have to run into battle, check. It was very like by the book, like check. Like all the check marks were made, but none of the actual check marks were earned. You know what I mean? In this movie, like I didn't really root for Mulan as a character. Not only that, but like this movie is so short. This movie is an hour and 40 minutes without the end credits scenes. Okay? This movie is so short. So you can imagine, like, they are rushing this movie. It's kind of like, Chad, something's in my nose. They are rushing this movie, and they're not earning anything. We're not invested. At least I wasn't invested. I was not invested in these characters. I wasn't invested in this movie. The movie was just boring. Like, it was boring. And here's the thing, like, we have to give Disney their flowers for this one. You know what I mean? We have to give Disney their flowers for this one because they tried to do something different. You know, they saw the complaints that we had with The Lion King. They saw the complaints that we had with Beauty and the Beast. And they tried to do something different. But they still didn't, still wasn't good. Like, it was just boring. I keep stressing this because none of the actual moments in this movie are earned. They don't make you, and those are so important because they make you want to root for these characters. I had no reason to root for Mulan as a character. I had no reason to root for her, the people that she was fighting with. Like, everything was just so rushed, you know what I mean? Like, case in point, let me give you an example. Remember in, like, the animated movie how, like, you know, I think it's in the beginning, like, where she's really, like, deciding on whether or not she should take her father's place in the army, you know what I mean? And there's that really climatic, like, sequence of her, like, becoming a soldier, chopping off her hair, you know, removing all her makeup. She's even praying. Like, you know, remember that sequence? In this sequence, it's basically like, okay, I'm gonna become a soldier and I'm riding off to my horse. Like that's basically, me telling you this is basically what's happening in the movie. Like 3.5 seconds, she's, you know, dressed up as a soldier and she's riding off with her horse. Like, what? And then, can we talk about the PC agenda that Disney has been on for like the past couple of years? Here's the thing, right? I love progressive things, okay? I love the fact that we are talking about representation right now in celebrity, you know, Hollywood culture, you know, in media and films. I love the fact that we're having this conversation. I love the fact that this movie is being led by a woman, you know what I mean? I feel like that's amazing, you know? I loved Wonder Woman. I was excited for Captain Marvel, although that wasn't really that great of a movie. And I'm still excited for Black Widow. Like, I love progressive things, but there's just something so PC and just so, I can't put my finger on it, just so weak about these live action remakes. It's like they don't want to embrace the darker undertones and the darker aspects of what made these characters so iconic and what actually gave them depth. And I'm just afraid when these kids and this new generation watch, you know, these new movies, they're not going to really get anything out of it. And that's what I'm afraid of. Like, I'm afraid of the fact that, you know, we're setting our kids up for failure. We're giving them, like, really unrealistic expectations of what good and bad really are, you know? It's kind of like the Grinch movie, like, that came out like 2 years ago. That Grinch was whack. He wasn't mean at all. He was barely evil. Like, you're giving kids these unrealistic expectations of what the real world is, and in doing so, you're stripping away all of the things that make these characters so iconic. You know, it's kind of like the Maleficent film, you know what I mean? Where they took Maleficent, who was really a bad guy, and they made her this anti-hero, and it's like, not everyone is an anti-hero. Not everyone in the real world is an anti-hero. Here's the thing, right? The world is very black and white. The world is cruel. And that's what these kids need to understand. When they go out there, they need to understand that the world is not like Maleficent. The world is not like these candy-coated, you know, very soft Disney movies. Like they're just not. The world's not like that. The world isn't like that. So when I watched this movie, it really reminded me of the fact that like none of these things are realistic. Like the fight sequences are not realistic. Like this is supposed to be a war film, right? This movie, by the way, was PG-13, so they could have done it. They could have made it realistic without having to like go into the gore. Like I get it. Like families and kids are trying to watch. They're gonna go watch this movie, okay? I get it. Like there's not gonna be any blood, okay? There's not gonna be any heads chopped off. I get it, okay? But you can still make these war sequences in these movies a lot more realistic. You could have made the war sequences in this movie a lot more realistic. These guys are kung fuing. They're kung fuing in the midst of battle. They're not even using their swords. Like that's how crazy it is. Like it's unrealistic, okay? Remember in the animated movie where like you have Shang Yu, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Shang Yu, you know, he's the big bad in the original animated version. And like there's that really dark sequence of him being like,
how many men does it take to like transmit a message or receive a message?
And like the skinny guy with the bow and arrow is like,
1.
like that right there was like a good way to insinuate, okay, this guy is dead. Okay, this guy is going to kill one of the men. Like it gave us stakes and it gave us a reason to root for these characters as kids because we knew, okay, crap is about to go down. Like Mulan and her gang, they are in trouble, okay? I didn't feel that with this movie at all. Like I didn't feel anything with this movie. They had this witch. They had this new female character who's like a witch and she's misunderstood. Of course, she's misunderstood. She's not really the villain that we were promised in the trailer. Like it was just, and then the villain, the actual villain in this movie is lame. Like he's lame. And the way he died though, oh my gosh, the way he died though was so lame. I'm just like, this is not realistic, Disney. Oh, Disney, you blew it. Disney, you blew it. I tried to give you a chance. I love Disney, right? And it's just like, they keep letting me down. Like, I'm giving you the material. I'm paying for your movies, but you're not passing. You're not winning. Your movies are coming out and they're not looking good, okay? They're not looking good. This movie is sitting on an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 57% audience score on the same site, okay? So I know that there's a disconnect. I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. Oh, Disney, you blew it. Disney, you blew it. I'm hot. I'm frustrated because I want to root for you guys, but you're not giving me anything to root for. You're just not. This is any indication of what The Little Mermaid will be like. You can leave my tickets at will call. I won't be coming. So if I had to rate this movie, I'm probably going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. Like, it's just not that great. If you want something that's a little candy coated, something that's going to be a little cheesy, go for it. Like, this is your movie. Like, this is your movie to go to town with. But as for me, I'm probably gonna sit out on this Disney live action remake ride that Disney has going on. I'm getting off the bus because I've been burnt, I've been broken, I've been hurt way too many times. So that is my review of Mulan. If you liked the movie, more power to you, okay? More power to you. Put it in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that way you'll always know when I upload. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Like, am I going crazy at this moment? Explain to me why you liked this movie. And if you did, tell me what I'm missing. Like, please tell me what I'm missing, you guys. Like, I want to be educated. I'm open to being educated. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.